Thank you. Will you please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right. Let's start with section 1.3, approval of agenda.
So moved.
Second.
We have Mr. Carpenter first and Mr. Leeds second. Ms. Moore, please call the roll.
Mr. Carpenter.
Aye.
Mr. Grant. Oh, sorry. I'll mark him off. Mr. Leeds.
Aye.
Mr. Fulham.
Aye.
Mrs. Hagedorn.
Aye. Motion carried. Moving on to section 2.1, legislative.
I got two things tonight. First of all, Senate Bill 443, which is the take the dough and we got to know bill about the ed choice accountability. That is still in the Senate committee, but I thought it would be out there by now, but it's not. So.
But you're right, Mr. Leeds. You said last time that it had some legs, and my last superintendent's meeting, they talked about that it does have some legs up there.
Yeah.
Somebody said the one thing the state of Ohio will always make sure when they give you money, they're gonna, at some point, they're gonna come ask for what you're doing with it. So
right.
Hopefully that'll
help out.
Yep.
As far as that goes. Second item is the Ohio House is targeting the nil for Ohio high school athletics student athletes. NIL is name, image, and likeness. And they're going to say that in January of 2027, that plan to abolish that will be reintroduced into the legislature, and hopefully that they want to get that passed. But the last time they tried to do that, the total that approved it was 447 schools were in favor of it, and 121 were against it, and 247 abstained. So if you put the 121 and the 247 together, that still doesn't knock it out. So we'll see what happens. But they expect to get that back on the ballot or in legislation again in January. So we'll see what happens. There was two other things that I was going to report on, but they didn't get back to me on it. And I couldn't get Mr. Hall to call me back. So.
Okay. So on that note, I did talk to Mr. Hall out and about. I ran into him, and he was unable to come tonight to tonight's meeting or July meeting, but he'll be at the August meeting. It's on his calendar. So we'll see if he...
Thanks for the warning.
I did invite him, so.
Yeah, that's all I got.
All right. Okay, and we'll move on to section 2.2, Butler Tech.
Hello.
Hello.
Madam President, Mr. Vice President. It does feel like forever since I've been here. So I've been out of town a couple times. I was sick. Last month was graduation. Went through all of that, so thanks for your patience. Thanks for everybody for supporting us through graduation and everything we did last year. Monroe played a big role in it. I think we had 2 speakers from Monroe up at graduation. I didn't see you. I don't think you made it. Oh, yeah, a board meeting. That's right. So anyway, yeah, we're off to the summer. Today's the first day of summer, so it'll fly by, and we'll be back in session again before you know it. I think we're one of the earliest start times that there is, like the very beginning of August.
Really?
That's too early. Been busy as well. Just recently got back from Washington, D.C. again. We had 14 legislative visits, met with all the Ohio people, and we are in the process of asking for some additional funding for Aviation Part 2, which is an expansion of the hangar that is out there to offer adult ed A&P classes out there. So we're hopeful to work with the state and federal legislators to get some more of that funding allow that expansion. So good things, more things to come on that as well. You had mentioned the superintendent's meetings and I know I've talked to Dr. Sprankles about an MOU that we've put in place. Our expansion has came at a cost to a lot of the other districts. I talked to Robert about it. We have not been impacted like some districts have, but because of the additional campuses we've added, it has added expenses for busing for a lot of the districts, and there's been some issue with that. Clearly, the buses drive right by our campus in the Natural Science Center to get to our bus garage right down the road here, so it really hasn't cost us or Monroe as much as it may have other districts, but it's been a sore spot, to put it lightly, right?
Yes.
So we did put a MOU together where we were going to help cover, I believe, all of the cost of the additional, at least for this year, but at least to give us a year to really come together and find a equitable solution for everybody instead of passing all of that cost directly on to just kind of random districts, to be honest with you. There was no real rhyme or reason. I don't know if you want to share anything on
A
that.
couple of the larger districts in Butler County that have the most number of kids that attend Butler Tech didn't provide any shuttle buses. And so they were talking about how everybody needs to share in it. And like I said, we're pretty fortunate that we take our kids over to D. Russell Lee, and they all conglomerate there or meet there and then go out to the different satellites. Well, it's real easy for us to bring a group of kids back from D. Russell Lee to the Natural Science Center because it's practically on the way. So there was a small additional cost in the afternoon just because of bus routes, and like Brett said, they're covering that next year. But I think, just for example, Fairfield did not have any shuttle buses, so they're having to add 3 additional buses, which, as you've seen in the news, they're having some serious money issues, so any additional expense is a huge burden. So we appreciate the partnership and them stepping up and covering the cost for next year. So.
It's not a final solution, but at least it does show some goodwill and some understanding that, there is an impact. I have shared that, when Monroe was going through our financial problems, I mean, people were concerned, but nobody stepped up to say, hey, let's give you some money. It's not that, but it gets pretty complicated. It's in the weeds a little bit, but the way that funding works, the funding for transportation goes directly to the school districts and does not come to the Career Tech Center. And that's kind of where the problem lies. There's just not a funding avenue to cover that busing.
And legally, the technical career tech schools could say, tough, it's your responsibility because it is our responsibility. We're responsible for it. So we appreciate them covering the cost.
So hopefully everybody can, continue to work next year and find a solution. I think that there's an easier answer for everybody in there that has less of an impact on everybody as well. And then internally at the district, obviously the kids are not there, and we're doing the same thing that you guys are doing, is preparing for making sure that we have all of our staffing concerns taken care of and are doing some building repairs and doing that. We continue to have a lot of interest in the AmHub and the aviation facilities. That's actually as well as the Natural Science Center here in Monroe. There is a group of people from Europe coming, 3 countries, and it's like Sweden, I can't remember the other 2, but they are coming. The way it was presented to me, it is like their main national news center. So it'd be like CNN or Fox showing up or something like that to really do a deep dive into what we're doing at Butler Tech with Career Tech here in Butler County. So all of this expansion continues to grow and catch steam. We are front and center at the ACTE conference in DC. It is actually going to be like a joint conference between Butler Tech and ACT for the national conference. So we have our students from the School of the Arts are going to go down and perform. They're going to do the opening ceremony. They're performing throughout some of the visits there. We are speaking on the main stage at ACTE in December. So there's a lot of things that are happening that Butler Tech is really taking the lead role on. So it's pretty exciting. It's been fun to be a part of, and I thank you guys for allowing me to still represent you guys. And
So on that note, I'd like to say congratulations on the 2026 Ohio ACTE Career Technical Excellence Award.
Thank you.
So I received that email earlier today, so congratulations on that.
I appreciate that, yeah.
Outstanding school board member.
Outstanding.
Yes, for outstanding school board member,
Yes,
that's
I
correct.
know. I know. No, it's been a, it's.
Brent got it?
Brent got it.
I
yeah.
know that one, right? It's finally a year when nobody else got nominated. No, I've served there for 17 years, and we've seen some rough times, and currently we're obviously in some good times. I think the district continues to operate in a fiscally responsible way, and that's one of the big reasons why we're able to do a lot of the things that we're doing. But also the governance of how the school board interacts with the district leadership and the districts as a whole are things that I was taught here at Monroe. So I'm grateful for the support you guys have given me throughout the years, and I really do mean that. So it's been very rewarding.
Well, thank you.
Thank you.
You're doing a good
You do a
job.
great job, so
Good
keep it
job.
up.
Any questions or anything?
I got a question.
Yes, sir.
What's the deal on the field that you out there for are you going to do anything with that or not?
There was talk at time about expanding the
Pasture
fence
field.
line, the pasture field, but I don't really know.
They
Who
don't,
would
the
be-
last I talked to them, they said to access it, they would have to do something that was gonna be a couple $100,000, and it's not worth it, so I think.
Just
that-
because of the drainage ditch, and
I
that there's
think
also
so.
some
And they're gonna have
utilities
to
that are
build
down
a
there.
bridge, and
Yeah.
I don't know, they just said it was gonna be very expensive and more than what they wanted to put into it, so. I think next year we'll turn it back to farm, so.
Okay,
Ray put some hay on there.
ready?
Maybe we could double our sunflower field.
You didn't let them go through that water on that ditch, and you can.
Yeah,
And
a river
horses.
runs through it.
Well, sure.
Right.
It's therapeutic.
Yes. Thank you.
All right,
Thank you, Brad. Good job.
Okay. As we have, next section is 3.1, comments from the public. As we have none, we will move on to 3.2, superintendent update.
Thank you, Debbie. Continue to be a very busy summer with the construction. Right now, I think I sent an update last week. They're continuing to work on the auditorium renovation. If you remember, we approved phase 1 of the 2 phases, and they are busy in there replacing all the lighting, the controls, sound. They were very excited because the new speakers went up into last week, and so they're getting a lot of the behind-the-scenes stuff done this summer. Then next summer, we'll work on seating and curtain. Well, curtains is this summer too. So we're doing a lot of it this summer. So again, by the end of next summer, it should look like a brand new auditorium. So that's pretty exciting. Later on the agenda, you will see a MOU that we have entered into with the city, and I know I've shared this, but I just wanted to kind of review it again. We applied for our zoning and permitting and went to planning commission and received our conditional permit, and we did apply for some variances on some items, and when we did that, the city decided that they were no longer going to review anything, which obviously held up our project without telling us that they had stopped reviewing. So when we got to the, long story short, I met with city manager and the director of development, and we talked about how do we get this moving again. We agreed to update the drawings even for the pieces that we are applying for variances on the BZA appeals board, except for there are a number of items that they put the condition on it that it was 5 years post completion of the high school that it had to be completed. And they agreed that made no sense to put on the plans as you're sending stuff out for bids. Why they're not, contractors aren't going to bid on, put something in their bid that is 7 years away. So all of that was resubmitted And then we also split up the submission. Normally you do a civil engineering and a building permit, but to make it easier for everyone, we split it into, we updated the zoning submission, including the MOU stuff, the landscaping side, parking islands, those things. And then we split the civil engineering into one with just the new drive and one with just the new high school. Then we pulled the foundation package out of the building, and then we also submitted the building. So they have everything, and they've had everything since last week. We are working to set up a meeting in the next couple of days with them, not to get their final review. That does take them some time. Hopefully, I think it said 10 business days, so hopefully we get it, our comments back from that soon, but just to answer any questions they would have, clarifications. We don't want things held up by miscommunication or lack of communication. So we're going to continue to meet, we're going to continue to push forward, and I think we are finally heading in the right direction there. Right now we have a tentative date for the BZA hearing, which would be July 15th. And so our team is going to meet a couple of times to prepare for that, to make sure we have all the information we need to share with the Board of Zoning and Appeals. It is, Debbie and I talked about this, it is an actual open public meeting. Mm-hmm. So we are talking about also getting some additional people to come speak, but we don't want 100 people coming and it be a 3-hour meeting and the zoning board to be irritated and just get us out of there. So it'll be some strategic people to come and speak on our behalf. I do think maybe one board member should speak on our behalf, so we can talk about that, and maybe a couple key community members in addition to our team. So
I think that would be good.
there are definitely some of you that I think would be good, and some of you that I don't know if will allow you to to show
Why
up.
do you look at me?
Actually, I think if Tom came, it would be quite entertaining.
I think we all are very passionate about that, so.
Actually, the BZA board, they have nothing to do with the city staff or council or anything. They are an independent board, and from what I've heard, they're pretty sensible and easy to work with. And so I think as long as we have all our information and facts in a row, I'm pretty confident that we have common sense facts that'll get us to continue to move forward. So. Also, Clay Keith from Robertson Construction sent us a message on Friday, said that at that point they were up to 97 bids on the different scopes with the building. He said that was positive turnout and numbers are looking good. Don't know all the details of that yet. Obviously 97 bids doesn't mean that there was 97 on each section. That's 97 total. Some of them there were a number of bids for different packages. Some were lighter, but there were multiple bids on every single package. The next step is that Robertson does a scope review. They look at the lowest 2 bids of each one, and they go through to make sure, well, this one is really low because they're missing half of it. So that they go through to make sure everything in their bid is complete. And then they they work to, if they have any that is not the lowest bid, then they have to present that to the district and OFCC to present why. And then they come up with the GMP, the guaranteed maximum price. And we will probably be recommending a special board meeting to approve that, just because our July board meeting is late. It is the last Monday in July. Yeah. And we want to get that approved sooner than later. So as soon as I get a date on that, Amy and I will send that out to you. See, we just need 3 of you who could do it 7:30 in the morning and before work and just approve that and move on. Okay. And the last piece, again, coming up, there will be a Amy has been working a lot on this today, with the agreement with ODOT. She got a lot of the language changed, which is more favorable for us, definitely. I think they just threw out a boilerplate agreement, and it said something about us being responsible for maintenance, which is ridiculous, and so that they took that out. Amy got that out. Also, Tom and I talked about this earlier. He had a question about overage, which I don't love, but again, the grant is covering the majority of it, and they did have conversations that the majority of the estimates that are coming in are actually under $200,000, and the grant is for over $3.
Okay.
So as of right now, things can happen, but I think we're in pretty good shape with that ODOT agreement. So
How soon are we looking at getting that started, that construction?
as soon as
Same.
the
Permits?
we got to get the permits, and then the because we separated everything out, we don't even have to wait for like the whole building to be approved. You know, we can just, the foundation package is pulled out so they can get started with moving dirt and preparing the pad where
Okay.
the building's going, all that. So I would think with a holiday coming up shortly after the holiday, I
Okay.
would anticipate, so.
Awesome. All right.
Have you heard anything from Duke on the moving the,
We met this morning, and we got the fiber is all worked out, and I think everything is ready to go. It's just,
doing it?
yeah, it's just getting Duke to do it. So we do have a plan that they can go ahead and start working on the road improvements prior to the pole being moved, but we won't be able to use the entrance until they move the pole, because it'll be right there on the very, very edge of the road, which for safety purposes, so.
Okay.
Yep. Any other questions?
No? All right, thank you. And we'll move on to section 4, the treasurer consent agenda.
I recommend the treasurer consent agenda be approved as presented.
So moved. Second.
All right, thank you, Mr. Fulham, and second by Mr. Carpenter.
All right. I have several things in my agenda today. We have minutes from the last regular meeting and also the June 3rd work session. As part of the financial report, as noted in the April report, we're still on track to be about $2 million better than our forecast. And I did add some notes on the front of the monthly financial. One of those notes is that in the May numbers, you'll see some timing differences because the homestead and rollback reimbursement from the state was late. We should have already received it, but because of the piggyback exemption that the county did, their software provider had to do a lot of reprogramming in their system, and it took them a really long time to get that sorted out. So they weren't able to get the correct numbers that they needed to report to the state so that we can get back our normal homestead and rollback reimbursement. But as a reminder, the piggyback exemption that the county did, we do not get reimbursed for that. That is a loss of tax revenue for us, but it's a gain for the taxpayers. That totaled about $83,000. But that'll roll through our June books.
Okay.
And these reports are for May. Donations, thank you for all of the donations. We had quite a few on there this month. Also some scholarships in there. And we have final appropriations for the year. There's no change to the total general fund appropriation. The forecast as it stood that was approved in February, there's no update to that. So that's kind of the easy part. All of the other funds, there were minor adjustments here and there, just as things changed throughout the year, but we're on track.
Okay.
Good.
I do, however, have the next one, the fund cash transfer. That we had planned in the original forecast, there was a $500,000 transfer slated in there with the intention of putting that into the capital fund for capital facility needs. and kind of usually wait as the year goes to see if that money is needed, and to see how the general fund does. The general fund did really well, so we would move forward with that transfer. So this is the authorization to actually do the cash transfer, but it was already in the budget. And then the initial appropriations for fiscal '27, they are getting the year started. They're all ballpark, not perfect, but those will be narrowed when we do the next forecast, which is due in August, but because our meeting is so late, I'll be presenting that in July. And we've also moved our Finance Committee meeting to July 22nd so that we can go over that initial forecast. But we will also discuss how to allocate the additional surplus that we're going to have this year, to see, we have some options of what we might want to do with that for reserves. Possibly put some or a lot toward building things, but we're also waiting to see how those bids cycle out and see what kind of alternates we can get. And, you know, so there's some decisions to be made, but we'll present that at the first of the Finance Committee as part of the budget for next year, but then also it'll be presented with the forecast at the next board meeting.
That's really good news.
It is good news.
Yeah, very good news. All right. Is there any questions?
No.
Okay.
Is all the money where it's supposed to be?
Yes, it is.
Did Dave Bex do that?
Thank you for that, Mr. Carpenter. All right.
And everybody's like, yes.
And then we'll have to figure that out.
Maybe. Dave would be on the next flight.
He would. All right. Ms. Moore, please call the roll.
Mr. Fulham.
Aye.
Mr. Carpenter.
Aye.
Mr. Leeds.
Aye.
Mrs. Hagedorn.
Aye. Motion carried. On to Section 5, Treasurer's Other Business.
So this is me as well. This is 2 agreements with Dinsmore for arbitrage rebate calculations. And basically arbitrage, it's an IRS thing. You can't profit from your proceeds of debt. So if you have the debt invested, all of those proceeds, all of our construction proceeds, and since, you know, it's been a little while since we actually issued the debt versus when we're getting started, we haven't spent a whole lot of that money, so we have been earning interest on that money. There are spend down requirements, some time frames, and there's a big giant calculation that we do to determine if we owe any money back to the IRS. And we are doing our very best to not have to give any of that money back, because any of that money that we get to keep stays with the project. So that'll be additional funds we can put toward the project as well. But we won't know that till we do these calculations. And the overall period is a 3-year period, but there are time frames that you have to spend a certain percentage by a certain time frame as it goes through. But anyway, Dinsmore, who is also, they do our bond counsel, these are the agreements to calculate those rebates.
All right, so I will take a motion.
So moved.
All right, Mr. Leeds, and second by
Second.
Mr. Fulham. Ms. Moore, please call the roll.
Mr. Leeds.
Aye.
Mr. Fulham.
Aye.
Mr. Carpenter.
Aye.
Mrs. Hagedorn.
Aye. Motion carried. On to Section 5.2.
I recommend the approval of the property and liability insurance as well as cyber liability insurance coverage for next year.
So moved.
Thank you, Mr. Carpenter.
Second.
Thank you, Mr. Leeds.
And this is a renewal. These are the same companies that we had last year, and it was a 4% and a 4.6% increase. And it's Wright Specialty for the liability, Crum and Forster for cyber, and that's a lot better than what the increase was last year. All right.
Does this cover everything with the new building while it's being built or not?
No, so there will be a builder's risk policy that we will have probably at the next meeting. We already have the quotes for it, but it has to go through review with OFCC first.
Okay.
Which the quote came back much lower than we budgeted, so that's
Yeah.
good.
Okay.
That's good then, too.
Smart.
Yeah. Awesome.
Well, that's NCS for us.
All right, so Ms. Moore, please call the roll.
Mr. Carpenter.
Aye.
Mr. Leeds.
Aye.
Mr. Fulham.
Aye.
Mrs. Hagedorn.
Aye. Motion carried. On to Section 6, Superintendent Personnel Consent Agenda.
It's recommended the approval of the superintendent HR personnel consent agenda as presented.
I'll take a motion.
So moved.
Mr. Fulham
Second?
and Mr. Leeds, thank you.
We obviously have some personnel. We had some resignations, new employees, and two transfers, current positions, but are moving, current employees moving to different positions within the district. So. Then we have some extracurricular contracts. There are some additional extended days for the school psych over at wow, that's been a while since we said something like that. Over the primary school, just due to the number of students that she is working on reports for. There is a ECOT Future High School Options Trip Coordinator stipend. That is a grant-funded position. And that's it for that section.
All right. Any questions?
No?
All right, Ms. Moore, please call the roll.
Mr. Fulham.
Aye.
Mr. Leeds.
Aye.
Mr. Carpenter.
Aye.
Mrs. Hagedorn.
Aye. Motion carries. On to Section 7, Superintendent Other Business Consent Agenda.
I recommend the approval of the superintendent other business consent agenda as presented.
So moved.
Take a motion. Thank you, Mr. Carpenter.
Second.
And Mr. Fulham.
First one is a number of special services department contracts. One is for occupational therapy, one is access counseling, and one is for Union Day Therapeutic School. The next one is a purchase of some additional open court materials. This is not an adoption of a curriculum, it's just some supplemental materials for that. And then, of course, the annual approval of our graduates, the formal approval of the class of 2026.
Yes, congratulations to all those graduates once again. Any other comments, questions? Okay, Ms. Moore, please call the roll.
Mr. Carpenter.
Aye.
Mr. Fulham.
Aye.
Mr. Leeds.
Aye.
Mrs. Hagedorn.
Aye, motion carried. On to Section 8, Superintendent Other Business.
It's recommended that the board approve an intergovernmental cooperative agreement with the City of Monroe to facilitate the plan to address unresolved future zoning and building items for the forward movement of the permitting process for the new high school project.
So moved.
Second?
All right, thank you, Mr. Carpenter and Mr. Leeds. Any comments or questions at
This is
time?
the MOU I referred to earlier.
So a lot of this is just more or less cosmetic things around the property.
The only things that we did not submit in our original it was landscaping, sidewalks, all cosmetic stuff. It's at the very end of the project. And because we were applying for variances, we didn't include them. And they didn't tell us that we needed to include them. And so we've got that all worked out. We did include what they needed. They are currently reviewing, so.
Well, I think it trims to read every piece of this here. Is there anything specific about the sidewalks? Is it still 5 years?
So yes, the sidewalks and the trees along 63 and Yankee and up the drive are not included in the updated plans just because it is their condition is to get that completed 5 years post-completion of the new high school, and it wouldn't make sense to include those when it's not going to be in the original project, so.
We'll talk about working together on looking for issuing grants and different things along that line.
Yep.
I'm just really concerned about the safety of the proposed sidewalks versus the cost. Cost isn't fun either, but
No.
I've driven up and down 63 and there's nowhere to connect, and so I think it's.
I see junior high kids taking their electric scooters,
Going down the hill.
going down the hill, off the sidewalk, and when it ends at 63, dodging cars on 63.
Yeah.
It only takes one kid, and until there's something to connect to, I am very opposed for safety of the kids.
I think about every time I drive down 63, I look at it and I'm like, no, no.
Yep.
I'm going to recommend on the trees that we have to put in coming up the hill, that we put that out for the public to buy the trees and put a nameplate on them. Like we tried that when we first put it in.
They're trying to ask us to put additional trees on the existing drive.
That's on.
So we understand that there's going to be some tree, we have basically, it's not like we're not doing any landscaping with the new building. There is OFCC regulations, there is landscaping and trees and all that planned, but they're
Above and beyond.
we're not a botanical garden.
Right.
Right.
Not yet. Wait till those trees go in, Robert.
Yes,
Right.
but Tom, when we get to that point, that is definitely something we could talk
We
about.
could do that, and it'll stall the project a little bit. If you put the trees in along the sidewalk, they do that for, because
That's
when the
a-
sidewalk comes up, you gotta fix it.
The Tom Leeds Orchard.
There you go.
Then what about the farmland that gets farmed there? We're gonna have trees and sidewalks in the way? That's,
Well, when the tractor crushes the sidewalk, we'll just have to continually pay to repair it.
Yeah.
yes, it'll be fabulous.
It'll be a great incurred cost.
Yes.
We'll talk about this.
Recurring costs are
Right.
great. Yeah, I like Tom's idea though. We could have
Yeah.
the boosters or somebody run something like that.
Yeah,
I appreciate the city's willingness to
Yes.
come together and understand some of the common sense things to make sure we didn't get behind on schedule. It sounds like we're still on schedule, correct? I mean, as far as,
Yes.
as far as we are, yes, yeah.
good job getting that done.
Yep, that's a positive. Okay. All right, any other comments, questions? Okay, Ms. Moore, please call the roll.
Mr. Carpenter,
Aye.
Mr. Leeds,
Aye.
Mr. Fulham,
Aye.
Mrs. Hagedorn.
Aye, motion carried.
It is recommended,
Oh,
I
go
jumped the gun.
ahead. Section 8.2, you're good.
It's recommended that the board approve the preliminary legislation resolution to cooperate with ODOT through their LPA federal ODOT LET project agreement securing grants to cover the costs for the turn lane improvements on State Route 63 at Yankee in conjunction with the high school project.
I'll take a
And
moment.
again, this is the ODOT project agreement I talked about earlier.
I'll take a motion.
So moved.
Thank you, Mr. Leeds.
Second.
Thank you, Mr. Fulham. Any questions or comments?
Yeah, this is, the contract that we have has been amended, thanks to Amy beating on the guy and getting it taken care of as far as our maintenance goes, but with the ODOT contract, that's the best that could be negotiated with Robert, and the committee was negotiating with the ODOT and the city and the county and everything, so basically, we don't approve it, we get nothing. We don't get a driveway or anything. And I was concerned because I told you guys last fall that I contacted the county on this thing and told them we didn't have a dog in that hunt, and he said, if you don't do this the way we want it, you don't need a driveway.
Yep.
I thought I was gonna have to buy a dog. So,
Oh, goodness.
okay.
All right. Okay, so Ms. Moore, please call the roll.
Mr. Leeds,
Aye.
Mr. Fulham,
Aye.
Mr. Carpenter,
Aye.
Mrs. Hagedorn.
Aye, motion carried. On to section 8.3.
It's recommended approval of an updated license agreement with Neola for board policy services.
Take a motion.
So moved.
Thank you, Mr. Carpenter.
I'll second that. That's the greatest thing going.
Thank you, Mr. Leeds.
They are actually upgrading the, there's actually board docs, which has our meeting in it, and it also has all the policies. They're removing the policies from board docs, and they're using an updated new program. We don't know what it is exactly yet, but that's why we had to update it, so. It is a little more expensive, of course.
Of course. Okay.
What's the purpose of separating it out from? Do you know?
Board Docs is terrible, so maybe that's why they found something better. Amy and I shared with Debbie that once they get that out of there, we may look to different options for the actual board meetings. Some districts do it themselves. There are some other things. The hard part about doing it yourself is keeping it all in. Yeah, I mean, in Board Docs, it's all right there, and so you can look up meetings from whenever just by searching. And if you did it all yourself, you'd have to have somebody to manage it all. But we'll look at options because, per today, when it wasn't working and Amy was having a panic attack, the Board Docs is not a good software.
And it says here this agreement is 3% increase per year, so is that like every year going forward, we'll have to just budget a 3% increase?
Yeah, because I don't think that they'll have us update this agreement again. It's kind of built in, but we can also cancel at any time. If we should step away from Neola for some reason,
Okay.
then we would have a different agreement and we can cancel this one.
Okay, sounds good. Anybody else? Okay, Ms. Moore, please call the roll.
Mr. Carpenter?
Aye.
Mr. Leeds?
Aye.
Mr. Fulham?
Aye.
Mrs. Hagedorn?
Aye, motion carried. On to section 8.4, approval of contract.
It's recommended the approval of a contract with Cincinnati Center for Autism for multiple services for 26-27 school year.
I'll take a motion.
So moved.
Thank you, Mr. Leeds.
Second.
Thank you, Mr. Paul.
Is this just based off of student population that come in? So we can
It's for services for specific students. So,
Is this a not to exceed contract, or is this like a fixed amount?
I don't remember off the top of my head.
I'm not sure either. And Nancy's on vacation.
We'll
But
figure
we
it
can
out.
find out.
We'll figure it out.
Yeah, there are certain ones where we have to buy a spot and they have to cycle through, but then most of ours do allow us to pay, until someone leaves.
Yeah.
But I will find out.
All right, anybody else? All right, Ms. Moore, please call the roll. When you're ready.
Mr. Leeds?
Aye.
Mr. Fulham?
Aye.
Mr. Carpenter?
Aye.
Mrs. Hagedorn?
Aye, motion carried. On to section 8.5.
It's recommended the approval of a contract agreement with New Path and Family Solutions Education for a Restoration Ranch student.
I'll take a motion.
So moved.
Thank you, Mr. Leeds.
And if you see there, Mr. Carpenter, it is just for the time served.
Second.
Thank you, Mr. Carpenter.
So can you remind me, these are students who live within our district?
They
No.
do not live in our,
They don't live within our.
They've been placed in our
Placed, I'm sorry, yes.
But I think I read in the news that they're moving restoration ranch or possibly moving.
Possibly.
Possibly moving, so.
we're hoping.
So we pay $242 per day for a non-Monroe resident student to go to, that comes out of our general fund?
Yes.
Interesting.
There are some opportunities for reimbursements if the student has special needs. We can get reimbursed. However, typically it's not 100%.
But all the students that are placed there are court-placed that will not be in the halls of Monroe. So they're very expensive.
All right. Any other comments or questions?
Yeah, that's the kind of stuff that the Ed Choice doesn't get into.
Right now.
Convenient. Convenient, yeah. Right. You say that again.
All right, Ms. Moore, please call the roll.
Mr. Leeds?
Aye.
Mr. Carpenter?
No.
Mr. Fulham?
If we don't approve this, what happens? we have to retain the student?
Yeah.
We would have to
can't-
put them in our building.
Yeah, we would have to put them in our building, which
Aye.
multiple felonies is not what we want to do.
But I think it's bullshit that this is coming out of our general fund like this.
Don't disagree.
I'd like to talk to our legislators about funding these types of things.
And we have mentioned this to Mr. Lee, or, Mr. Hall, and several other just people in our peers. This is a very unique facility because it is a residential facility, and that's why we have to pay right out of the gates, because once they come here, it's the way that they're placed, they become our responsibility wholly and fully. And we've been fighting, well, since they came here, to try to figure out what really is our responsibility. Can we get any of this money back? And it's so unique that we don't even get great answers from people. I've talked to several people from the state, and they're, we have to keep re-explaining it because it's just not something that there are very many of these facilities.
But they're placed here by the state or the county, right?
Usually, yeah.
So that's where I have a fundamental disagreement with the way this is.
Yeah.
Also, what is the church?
Solid
Rock.
Solid Rock
Solid Rock
Church was going to kick them out and use that space for Lebanon Christian as swing space because they're building a new facility, and the planning and zoning with the city of Monroe denied Lebanon Christian access, so they may be coming back.
So the 44,000 is for the facility, and we got to add transportation on top of that, right?
No, they're there. It's a residential.
They
They're
live
there.
Oh, that's the resident
Yeah,
there.
they
Now,
live-
if they are going, somewhere to be schooled, we do have to pay for transportation for them. But I believe this is just for the education.
Okay.
I'll be honest, that's one of the
Okay.
less expensive places. The restoration ranch.
Okay.
Okay, so we have Mr. Fulham said yes, and I'm going to say yes as well.
Okay.
So the motion carried.
Okay. I may have to research something just because
Okay.
Mr. Carpenter seconded, but then he said no, so I'm not sure if we need another second.
To bring it to the floor, you shouldn't need another second.
Okay,
It's
Just to bring it
I
to-
motioned to
okay.
bring it to bring it to the table.
all right.
I mean, after the
I got
comments,
no.
it's after the comments that you said no, so,
Okay,
Sometimes you want to bring it to the table. so then-
exactly.
got it.
Yeah.
Okay, so we have Mr. Leeds, yes. Mr. Carpenter, no. Fulham, yes. Hagedorn.
Yes.
See how often we don't say yes?
I know, I'm tripping it up.
I just wanted to
She didn't even know where that line
mix it up
was.
for you.
I was kind of glad there was a little space here. I didn't know what was going on.
No!
You're welcome, Tom.
Okay,
Testing me.
moving on to section 8.6.
It's recommended the board approve the contract with Hop Skip Ride for backup transportation services.
So moved.
Second.
So we have Mr. Fulham and then Mr. Leeds, or Mr. Carpenter, sorry.
This is just we do have specialized transportation for some of our special needs students, and
Okay,
if something happens, we still need to provide it, so this is just a backup. So.
It's like UTS
Yep.
or somebody.
Yep.
okay, thank you. Any other questions? Okay, Ms.
Yeah,
Moore,
well,
please.
I'll forget it, never mind. Hop, skip, ride sounds to me like a skateboard.
That's where I kind of was like thinking, like, what is that? And then Robert clarified. Okay, Ms. Moore, please call the roll.
Mr. Fulham.
Aye.
Mr. Carpenter.
Aye.
Mr. Leeds.
Aye.
Mrs. Hagedorn.
Aye, motion carried. On to section 8.7.
It's recommended approval of the quote for Carnegie Learning for foreign language curriculum and professional development.
So moved.
All right, and I'll take a second.
Second.
Thank you, Mr. Leeds.
Is this Spanish or German, Jody? Both.
And it's not new, it's what they're already using.
Oh, okay.
And their license is just renewed.
Okay.
Okay, any comments or questions? All right, Ms. Moore, please call the roll.
Mr. Carpenter.
Aye.
Mr. Leeds.
Aye.
Mr. Fulham.
Aye.
Mrs. Hagedorn.
Aye, motion carried. On to section 8.8.
It's recommended to approve the purchase of 50 staff laptops from CDW at a total of $57,000 and rescind the agenda item 7.1 from the May 18th, 2026 board meeting.
I'll take a motion.
So moved.
Thank you, Mr. Leeds.
Second.
Thank you, Mr. Fulham.
Right after we approved it at the last board meeting, they got a quote for a much more reasonable price, so that's why we're rescinding it and going with a different company.
So same thing, just different
Same thing,
company.
just cheaper, better deal.
Same product, same.
Yep.
Yep, okay. Any other questions or comments?
These are for the classroom and they take home.
These are for staff, yeah.
Yeah,
Staff.
Yep.
All right, Ms. Moore, please call the roll.
Mr. Leeds.
Aye.
Mr. Fulham.
Aye.
Mr. Carpenter.
Aye.
Mrs. Hagedorn.
Aye, motion carried. On to section 8.9.
It's recommended the board approve a 3-year agreement with SWOCA to provide managed voice services.
Take a motion.
So, second.
Thank you, Mr. Fulham. Mr. Carpenter.
This is our contract with SWOCA to provide all of the phone and voicemail and
Good.
Okay, any comments, questions? Okay, Ms. Moore, please call the roll.
Mr. Fulham.
Aye.
Mr. Carpenter.
Aye.
Mr. Leeds.
Aye.
Mrs. Hagedorn.
Aye, motion carried. On to section 8.10.
it's recommended approval of the 3-year agreement with DeBrock Hempel for semi-annual HVAC preventative maintenance services at a 3-year contract.
Okay, I'll take a motion.
So moved.
Thank you, Mr. Fulham.
Second.
Thank you, Mr. Leeds.
I know our maintenance staff is very excited about moving towards this company. I think it might even be a better price, isn't it? Better price. And DeBrock Hempel's been excellent to work with, so.
Are they, so this is a change or?
Yep, we were with Comfort Services, and now we're going with DeBrock
That's for both buildings for 3 years?
for the whole district. Yep, everything. I'm sure we'll have to amend it when the new building
The new
comes
building,
online. But
yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Any other questions, comments? All right, Ms. Moore, please call the roll.
Mr. Fulham.
Aye.
Mr. Leeds.
Aye.
Mr. Carpenter.
Aye.
Mrs. Hagedorn.
Aye. Motion carried. On to section 8.11.
It's recommended the approval of a 5-year agreement with Schindler Elevator Corporation for preventive maintenance services.
All right.
So moved.
Thank you, Mr. Carpenter.
Second.
And thank you, Mr. Leeds.
How many elevators do we have? Just 2?
Yes.
One on that, yeah.
Yep. And there's required inspections and maintenance.
Okay. Any other comments, questions? Okay, Ms. Moore, please call the roll.
Mr. Carpenter.
Aye.
Mr. Leeds.
Aye.
Mr. Fulham.
Aye.
Mrs. Hagedorn.
Aye. Motion carried. On to section 8.12.
It's recommended the board approve an agreement with Sodexo for food service management.
So moved.
Thank you, Mr. Leeds.
Second.
Thank you, Mr. Fulham.
This is just to extend our agreement with them, and if approved, there are cookies behind you.
And I was going to
Yes,
say, we do have cookies back here.
We've been looking at them all night.
I didn't even see him back there.
When I got here, they were back there.
Why wasn't this first on the agenda?
Usually they're on the table. I don't know.
You had that feeling at the house. You're like, man, I think there's gonna be cookies at the meeting tonight.
They're hidden in the back. All right.
That's why AJ was the first one here.
All right, Ms. Moore, please call the roll.
Mr. Leeds,
Aye.
Mr. Fulham,
Aye.
Mr. Carpenter,
Don't you belabor this.
Aye.
Mrs. Hagedorn.
Aye, motion carried. On to section 9, comments from the board. I think we should
I'll go first.
mix it up a little bit today. Mr. Fulham, you want to go first?
I'll go first.
Go for it.
Here we
It's a
go.
little slow, June. Slow. I've got my high fives from around the high fives to our recent retirees, Mrs. Kellis, Mr. Hopkins, Mrs. Miller, Mrs. Burbridge. Is that how you say that? Yep. Burbridge. Mr. Hubbard and Mrs. Meek. You collectively clocked 111 years within our district. I'd like to thank you for your service to our students and school community, and of course, wish you the best on your retirement. High five to John Kramer, who was recently named the OASSA Zone 2 Assistant Principal of the Year by the Ohio Association of Secondary School Administrators. Your dedication to our students and the entire school community goes well beyond expectation. Congratulations on this tremendous achievement. You're greatly appreciated. And high five to Mr. Decker, who was presented with the annual Donna Petrosi Award, which recognizes an outstanding MEA member for their dedication and contributions to our school community. Mr. Decker is a beloved 5th grade teacher, and this recognition couldn't have gone to a more deserving member. That's it.
All right, awesome. Mr. Carpenter, would you like to go next?
Whoa. Man. Sorry, Mr. Lee.
I'm good.
That's all right. Honestly, pretty short.
Now, don't holler.
You can't ditto everything.
I know. That's
Just be
crazy.
calm.
I know.
I just want to say, thank you to Robert and Amy and everyone that's really put in the extra effort with the city. We've all found it very frustrating, but you guys have stuck to it, and because of your stick-to-itiveness, our project gets to hit the ground running, hit the ground scraping. I don't know what it wants to do, but it'll get moving. Haven't heard anything from any parents after the school year let out, so
Yeah.
great job to everybody. We've done a great job all around. And then, right now you can see the soccer teams out there, so even though it's summertime, the sport's still getting ready to get moving as well. So, it's just pretty exciting times in Monroe, but
It is.
I got nothing else.
All right. Mr. Leeds?
Ditto everything that's been said, and I'm glad to see things are up and running here to get the driveway in, and especially the number of bids that came in. That's great.
Yep.
So, fire the shot, bring the dozers, let's go.
Yes.
Yep.
We're ready. That's it.
Awesome. I'd like to ditto everything, but Amy, Robert, you guys are doing a great job with working with the city and the contractors and staying positive, finding the positives in all the frustrating situations. So it's always a good thing to we just want to keep moving forward, and that's exactly what we're doing. So that's good. That's the goal, is to get the beginning of the project started so that we can move on to the next step. So keep moving forward and staying positive, and we'll get it done. So, and with that, I will take a motion to adjourn the meeting.
So moved.
Thank you, Mr. Leeds.
Second.
Thank you, Mr. Carpenter. Ms. Moore, please call the roll.
Mr. Leeds,
Aye.
Mr. Carpenter,
Aye.
Mr. Fulham,
Aye.
Mrs. Hagedorn.
Aye, and motion carried. Meeting adjourned at 6:59.
Cookie time.
Hey, will you show that really quick? I totally forgot this. I know we're out, but
You have a video?
Oh, my little. No, it was just the closeout on the construction. We had it up and I totally missed it in my notes. Oh. So I'm just showing you. You don't have to comment on it because we're out of session. Thank you.
Oh, you just want us to pat your back.
No,
I
I wanted
see
you
what
all
it
to be
is.
happy.
We're under budget.
We should do it public. We gotta do that publicly.
Oh, okay, I can put it on next time.
Put it on next time.
I just totally forgot what all the others.
That was for the infill?
Yeah.
Yep.
That's awesome.
I
I
just
gotta-
sent it in an email.
We can put it towards the new gym.
I got an
I
awful
mean,
wall
that's not
question.
that much.